I'm Richie Blue.
And thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button and all that good stuff and tell your friends about us. So you know Thursdays, we go live every single Thursday. We hit you with the topic that matters.
To us.
To Black and Brown, yes, to us. And we just started playing this fun game. Pick your celebrity drinking buddy. This week we had J-Lo versus Ashanti. I don't like using the word versus, alright. J-Lo or Ashanti.
Okay.
Then we followed it up with, oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm so
It was like, no, we followed it. No, it was J-Lo. Oh, first, it was Brandy and Monica.
Yeah.
First pick was Brandy and Monica. Yeah, that was the song. Yeah, that's the song. You know, our co-host, he's so not up to date with pop culture. So every week is always something. And this week, we started out early. It's the boy is mine.
But you know why I remember that? Because that song came out when I was in basic training at Atlantic City. Like it smashed in '98, and that was the year I was graduating from basic training when mine came to that. And then Rodney Jerkins was part of that too.
Yeah, Rodney Jerkins did. He wrote that.
Yeah.
And it was, I think they was like actually like really fighting over him. Not in a romantic way, but like that was a hot producer there.
Yes.
He was on fire. So, and then we followed it up with Ashanti or J-Lo. And I picked Ashanti and J-Lo because at first I was going to go Ashanti and Keisha Cole. But I just remember the early 2000s, J-Lo and Ashanti being on fire. When Murder dropped.
And Bad Boy was doing their thing.
Bad Boy was doing their thing also. But J-Lo was doing her thing too because she did a song with LL. She did a song with Ja Rule. She did a song with Fabulous. She was like,
And then she went out with Diddy.
and then she was dating Diddy as well. So I felt like those two.
Yeah.
And then recently controversy, it wasn't like controversy, but like one of the songs that everyone thought that J-Lo was singing on, they said Ashanti actually sang it. Like when you pitch a song to people, she's the one, yeah, she's the one who sang it, and then like J-Lo kind of sung under it or something like that. So that's why I picked them, because I was like at that time, what's up, Urban? I was like at that time, they were the two that were hot. So let's like why not go with them?
Yeah.
Then I wanted Master P. And I was like, who can go against Master P? Because we already put Jay-Z. We already put Jay-Z with Diddy.
Because I thought that would have been a better one, Diddy and Master P. Because they were really going at it at the time as far as record label execs on their own label, building up a real empire at the time. So those two were really ones that was really going head to head.
I think Jay-Z and Diddy just because I kind of feel like they kind of started out at the same time. Master P kind of came after.
That's very true.
And Jay-Z was kind of established. I just wanted to do it like people that you can learn from.
Right.
What's up, the bearded Cuban? I just wanted it to be like people that you can actually learn. Like if you really sat down with them, people who actually did something when we was growing up, when we kind of was just like establishing our lives, or we was in high school, like, and you get to see them and you're like, oh, I get to sit down and talk.
Yeah, because P did a lot. Did a lot of people wasn't really understanding the work that he put in.
Yeah.
Being owning his own label for real.
From the ground up.
Yeah, and making real deals. Like making real, he just wasn't out there like, oh yeah, this is this is my label. You know, a lot of people get their own label, but they don't really do anything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
He
P
really
did-
put in the work.
And he put in a lot of deals outside of music.
So who could go up against Master P? And I was thinking Dr. Dre.
Yeah. True, because he is an icon. He came up through the ranks.
Yeah.
You know, now he's a major, you know.
Millionaire.
Yeah. You know, creative beats, you know. Dre did a lot. And then able to cross over from the music industry into the movie industry. And got a lot of good success out there too. Got a lot of good. He was in Training Day.
Dr. Dre was a trainer there?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Alright, somebody please comment and let me know what role did Dr. Dre play in Trainer Day?
He was a cop. One of the cops when they was digging the ditch, they wanted to kill homie Hoyt, you know, and Hoyt snuck him, you know, because they wanted to kill him and he wanted to take the money. They all met up on the rooftop. They were splitting the money after they killed his boy. You know, when they dug up the money out the house.
I don't remember that. I need to watch that again.
Okay, so remember when they went to the house and drank with the old white dude, and they would sit there talking and all this other stuff, and Hoyt was still like, you know, whatever.
In Trainer Day. I do not remember his acting as horrible. I don't remember.
Well, yeah, he's not like he ain't no Ice Cube, you know what I mean? But
Also, yeah, he got a few movies on here. I had to Google that real. What? Nah, he wasn't his son-in-law.
what's that all about?
Yeah, I remember that. So anyway, let's jump. What's up, Miss Talita? So let's jump right
Queen.
into it. We are going to start off with our first group of people. What you drinking on tonight?
I'm drinking on some Marlowe.
Marlo.
Yes, is it aged? No. 2000 last year. But it's good now.
2019. Yeah, we do. We need to get some age. Oh, I found a black person who has wine.
Oh.
Yeah, and he listed a list of wineries, black-owned wineries too.
Oh, you got to go.
Yeah, so we definitely, because you know we be one over here.
School trip.
Yeah. School trip. So we are going to jump into it tonight with our celebrity drinking buddies. Who did you vote for? Who did you vote for? So first off is Monica versus Brandy. Y'all. Voice mine.
Yeah.
So
That's
Richie,
a
who
tough
did you go with? What's the topic and what's the cocktail?
That's a good one right there. Because they're both, you know, were very mainstays in my childhood. I used to listen to Monica songs all the time. And Brandy, you know, used to watch Brandy on TV, you know, so you know, that's a toss-up, you know, they had the hit single, you know, but just on
You get to be with them wherever y'all want to go, out to dinner, wherever y'all going, one-on-one conversation, learn about them.
just go with Brandy.
Brandy.
Yeah, she was a TV star for, you know, a nice little minute. How many years? Like, it was like, what, 5 years or so?
I don't know, but they just added it to Netflix. Moesha, they just put Moesha on Netflix.
Yeah, so, you know, I want to talk to her about that. You know, how was it to be, you know, go from a musician, an artist, and then going into TV, and then having some good success. And then, you know, what happened after? Like, did you get tired? You know, because some people...
She just dropped the album.
I didn't know about that one. What we talked about earlier. But you know, when you get into TV, you would say like, why would you want to keep on doing it? You know, but you know, sometimes you say, all right, well, that wasn't my cup of tea. You know?
Well, she's been on tour she's always on
Oh yeah, that's
the road.
how you just.
Yeah, she's always on the road, and she actually just dropped the album. I didn't. I gotta re-listen to it because it's getting a lot of good reviews. I just to get into something like that. Our co-host who's at home, under the weather, she said she would pick Monica. They going to sip on some Remy and talking about her family business. They own a funeral home, which I did not know that they owned.
How many? Just one or
Multiple ones, maybe? I don't know. Sometimes it's just one, because running a funeral business is a lot of work. I think that's up to the restaurants. Yeah, I think it's a lot of work. You gotta be dedicated. That's gotta be something that you actually want to actually.
people die every day?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it has to be like, especially depending on where you at and stuff like that. And now, one of the ladies that owned it, the Housewives, she was talking about how busy she is due to COVID, which is sad, but yeah.
That wasn't funny. We wasn't laughing at COVID.
Oh yes! Bad timing. Carlita said they own one. Okay, so who am I going with? Am I going with Monica or am I going with Brandy? Both played a huge impact in my growing up.
Yeah, like in high school when that came out.
Yeah, like I think I was in the 8th grade actually going in. I was in junior high going into high school when they came out. So yeah, like they played this, oh my goodness, especially Brandy. When Brandy came out, I actually think I was in the 7th or like 6th grade or something like that. When she actually came out, because she came out first,
right.
And then Monica came out. And I just remember this little dark girl. She's not that dark, but she's close enough to my complexion with these braids, and I always had braids.
Yeah, what's that trademark?
Yes, and I just remember her being on. I already got second who my vote is because I'm already turning up inside.
Yeah.
Thinking of yes, because even though I've heard some negative things about Brandy, like that. You growing up being a young black girl, and you see this black girl on television popping, like, and she had her little dance. Who remember that little dance that she had? And to her brother was best friends. And growing up, I was best friends with my brother. Like, yeah, so I was
about to say who's the brother. I was like,
oh my God, you didn't talk. So like, I thought it was gonna be hard. Monica, I love you, girl, because you got me through some breakups. Because I was like,
I think she had the better songs personally.
A lot of people say that. Yeah, a lot of people say Monica. I just know that when I was entering into my 20s, she had some songs that got me through some breakups. Brandy had me, when she got married or pretend married, she put out an album and I remember being in love around that time where I thought I was in love. So that album, but now that I think about it, like Brandy played more of a heavy, overall.
Had a bigger impact.
Yeah, a bigger impact. She made it fly to be a little chocolate girl.
Yeah, with the braids and everything.
With the braids and everything, like she made it fly. So I got what's up, Vita? So I gotta give her props. So me and Brandy, we probably gonna sip on some champagne. We gonna talk about how it was. Yes, I always pick champagne every week, right? We gonna talk about how it was, cause you know what? The champagne is so mellow and it sneaks up on you so nicely. And if you have the right company, the right food, the right ambiance, it's beautiful. What's up, Sherelle? It's beautiful, guys. I hope you voted. I know Vita told me that she was picking Master P, but y'all need to be voting on these things. So with Brandy and Monica, we had 23 votes.
Okay.
23 votes, and Monica won 87%.
Oh.
Yes, she wiped Brandy out. What?
Any comments in there? Was there any,
Let's see what the comment. I know. One comment was like what you said. They was going to ask Brandy what the hell happened to her career. But I was like, she just dropped the album literally like 4 weeks ago. Not 4 weeks ago, like last week. So I don't understand, like.
You know what? I think it's also unfair of us to say somebody. Like, remember when they had like somebody had an Uber with, I think it was Young Jock, and then they were recording him.
Oh, and
And
they was
like, oh, you fell off. And he's like, oh, you done fell off. And it's like, why I gotta fell off? Like, just because we don't see you in the public eye doesn't mean that they're not still moving and shaking inside the industry.
Yeah.
You know, they may change and went a different route, you know what I mean? So, it's not fair for us to say that, to say that because, and the other thing is we become accustomed to seeing them in the limelight.
Yeah.
So when they go a different route and they're outside the limelight, we start to think, oh yeah, they're, what happened? Like, they like what's going on.
And there is like so many levels
Yes.
in the industry, so many behind the scenes things that you can be doing. And read even if you read some of the contributors to some of the songs that you like, you'll be surprised who has written, like Faith Evans wrote mad songs for Usher.
Really?
Like she's a writer. And people you would think, oh, cause like you said, you don't see her dropping no album. She's probably eating alone just off of her writing credits. Her writing credits. So you're right, like we can't just assume. And then Moesha just got put on Netflix.
Yeah, you had to pay for that.
So they had so we don't, just because royalties, that's why your paperwork has to be put together right, and you gotta protect yourself, and you gotta be a master P in the game, basically, and know what you worth. So I'm gonna read some of the comments. Someone picked, I don't be wanting to mess up your name, but Diane, I guess she picked Monica. We're just shooting the shit, and she's drinking whiskey. This is the second female who has said she's drinking whiskey.
Yeah, those are pros right there. You drink that whiskey, you can't be just, I'm gonna try some whiskey today.
Oh, that's how whiskey is?
The whiskey's strong. Like whiskey, if you're not about that whiskey life, you take some whiskey, oh yeah, you're gonna be in for it.
You gonna be in for it?
Yeah, you're gonna feel it, because that whiskey's strong. Whiskey, especially you get a good aged whiskey. I remember the first time I had some Glenlivet aged Scotch whiskey, and as soon as I drank, I was like, yo, this is different. What is this? It's brown, things like that, maybe some Hennessy or something. Like, no, this is something way different right there. I mean, I bought a bottle at home for me and my uncles. My uncles, they drink everything. Like, they take this right here, and an hour later, this shit be gone. But that Glenlivet, that whiskey, like, no. That shit said, like, they got halfway through the bottle, and that was like, yeah, they had it up, they tapped out. So whiskey's strong. Whiskey's a good drink. Whiskey definitely ain't just I'm gonna take it to the head and
Oh, so maybe I won't be drinking no whiskey. So I'm not gonna read everybody's comment, but like I said, Ricky said Brandy. Ricks Shifty said Brandy. Your career. He even did the hands.
What happened?
But what happened to his career? And then a few people said both. Like a few people said that they couldn't help but choose. Like they didn't know who to choose. Like
that's a tough one right there. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. But when you start thinking back when I started thinking back on my childhood, I was like, I can't leave my girl. Brandy.
And that's the great thing about music. Like music, always has those moments in life where there's a song attached to it.
Oh, God.
And no matter what's going on, when you think about this moment, the very next thing is that song right there.
Yep.
And when you hear that song, it takes you directly to a moment like that. I said, Lovers and Friends. It takes me to this dance floor in Georgia where I met this woman that I fell in love with and I almost married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you'll never forget it's funny you say that because our next people are Ashanti and J-Lo. And they both have songs that take me back. J-Lo, a breakup, Ashanti doing my first bid with a nigga. I know it's funny. All you girls that are out there, don't do that. It's not like.
I mean, there are some exceptions.
No. We are not condoning doing jail bids.
Well, yeah, I'm not. I just know there are exceptions. I know one for a fact.
That's like one of the billion.
Oh yeah, that's why it's an exception. Right.
Okay, so for J-Lo and Ashanti, we had 27 voters. And I'm not going to tell you yet. I'll tell you who I picked. Of course, I went with Ashanti. I'm picking Ashanti. We gonna have Ashanti's real silly, it seems like. She's real laid back. She's the girl next door.